Hey everybody, it's me again, bringing it to you live from Jerusalem. Today I want to talk about an interesting and devastating find that the IDF made today. It was a terror tunnel, another one. They found a tunnel leading from inside Gaza to about a couple of hundred meters away from a kibbutz of a couple of hundred of Israeli families. So yay, right? Another tunnel. Obviously, Hamas wants peace, right? Instead of taking our supplies that we bring inside, cement and timber and, things like that, and steel and all those other things, they would rather build terror tunnels instead of building schools, hospitals, roads, etc. And this is not surprising. I mean, at the last war in 2014, 2 years ago, we actually destroyed 32 of them, 32 tunnels. Okay? And we were sure that there were more. We were sure about it. 14 of them, listen carefully, 14 tunnels leading into Israeli territory. Okay, think about that for a second. Think about a tunnel leading from inside Mexico all the way into America, but instead of smuggling weapons, drugs, or whatever, they just go in, kidnap some American citizen, and take them back to Mexico, never to be seen again. So that's what's going on over here. Estimated, the IDF said that it should take at least that it took at least 2 years to build. So it's not conclusive that they started building the tunnel before the last war or after the last war, but it has been going on in the past 2 years. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but in Israel, on average, every 2 years there's a war in Gaza, or a war in general. Last year there was silence. There was nothing happening. This year there's a little bit of talk around how shit's gonna go down. They were talking about how Hamas is getting ready for another summer war, mini war, because it's on average every 2 years. So I guess this tunnel is just the beginning. I hope not, but I guess it is. Estimates say that around between 500 and 800 people are working on these tunnels. I don't know if they're civilians. I don't know if they're terrorists. They're just, 500 to 800 people are doing it. So yeah. Now this is devastating because I'm not talking as a right-winger. I'm not talking about a leftist. I'm not talking as someone who's biased to any other side. I'm talking as an Israeli citizen, trying to keep it as neutral as possible. Israel is not to blame for what's happening in Gaza. Okay? I'll say it again because I know it's hard to hear. Israel is not the one to blame for what's happening in Gaza. Okay? Who is Hamas, a terror organization no better than ISIS, with different agendas, obviously, but no better than ISIS, no better than Al Qaeda, no better than Boko Haram. That's Hamas. They're the ones stealing the supplies that Israel is leading into Gaza. They're the ones stealing the supplies to build tunnels. Now, for you that don't know what a terror tunnel is where they build tunnels from Gaza into Israel, not for defensive purposes, obviously, but for offensive purposes. The whole, as we seen 2 years ago at the war, they just pop up in the middle of Israeli territory next to some kibbutz or next to some small city and just snatch up anyone they see. They don't care if it's women, children, they don't care. Soldiers, obviously soldier is better than anything, but they just snatch anyone they see, kidnap, take them back under their tunnels, never to be seen again. 2 years ago, there was an instance where there was a battle inside Gaza, and Hamas kidnapped, or I don't know if you should say kidnapped, but stole or hijacked a dead IDF soldier's body, and we haven't seen him since. Now, why they do this is for leverage. They use it to try and convince Israel to release terrorists from prison, as we did with our POW Gilad Shalit. And since then, we've seen so many civilians have died from the prisoners that we let go. So that's what they do. They just kidnap soldiers. That's the whole thing, or just go into the tunnels just to get up anywhere in Israel, and they find the nearest kibbutz or the nearest city and just do what they do. I mean, wreak havoc and kill anyone in sight. So we found another one today. They said they didn't find it today. They said that they found it 10 days ago, but just now it got up onto the media. And I just want to make it very, very clear that this is not the way to peace. Okay? This is not the way to peace. To build another terror tunnel is not the way for peace. I do not want to go to war this year. I do not want to leave my school. I do not want to be ripped away from my family. I do not want to be ripped away from my life for a month or 2 months to go down to Gaza and see hell again. I don't want anyone else to do it. I don't want anyone else to see it. I don't want any other soldier to die. I don't want any other Palestinian civilians to die. No one wants that. If any of you guys have it in your head that an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid has it in their mind to go down to Gaza and bomb innocent civilians, get your head out of your ass. Get your head out of your ass. Hamas are the ones responsible for what's going on in Gaza. I'm not saying they're alone. I'm not saying that Israel, is not to blame partially. But Hamas, who was democratic, I don't know how to even say it, but they were chosen as to be their government. And what they're doing is putting the Palestinians in a situation where an IDF soldier, I've seen this, I've been there, I'm not media, I'm not CNN, I'm not Fox News, I've been there. What the Hamas do is you got them in your scopes, right? And they're shooting all around and your friends are dying all over you, all around you. And you have Hamas in your scope, but you can't do shit. You can't do shit because they're hiding in civilians' homes. They're hiding behind children. They're hiding behind women. And these are things that I've seen. Okay? You can't drop a bomb on the house because, that'll kill too many innocent civilians and there'll be too much collateral damage. So we go inside. We lay down our lives to save innocent civilians. So you got Hamas in your scope, but you can't do shit. You can see your friends die all around you, but you can't fire back. Or maybe a part of you doesn't want to fire back. Now, try and deal with that. Try and deal with that. It's not possible. There's no right solution. We're in a time where every day you leave your house and you don't know if you're going home safe. That's what's happening here. That's what's up. And Hamas isn't helping. Yes, the Palestinians are innocent. Yes, they need a state. I would love for them to have a state. I would love for them to flourish. It's our best, and it's in our best interest to see them flourish and succeed and to become a legitimate democracy. That's what I want, and that's what a lot of other people want. Who doesn't want it? Hamas. Hamas are the ones that want all of Israel or nothing at all. Hamas wants terror. That's all they want. And the terror tunnel is my proof. You don't go to peace by building terror tunnels. You don't go to peace by firing tens of thousands of rockets into Israel, killing civilians. You don't go to peace by hiding behind civilians. Your own blood. You don't do that. That's not how you get peace. Okay? Don't try and sell me that bullshit, because it won't work. I'm not sitting somewhere all in America, some suburb. I'm sitting here in Jerusalem. I've been there. I've done that. And believe me, that's not how you get peace. These last 6 months, children being coerced by religion and imams, going out with knives and scissors, that's not how you get peace. I understand them. I maybe understand their situation. But that's not how you get peace. Now, I want to make the distinction, as I've probably done before, between the West Bank and Gaza. These terror tunnels are coming from Gaza. There's no explanation. There's no explanation. The West Bank I can explain. Poverty, radical Islam, etc. Hamas, there's absolutely no explanation. You can't explain terror. So we found another tunnel today. And on average, every 2 years, there's a war. I don't want to go to war this year. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I want to finish studying, and I want to go to the beach. That's what I want to do on my summer vacation. Not go to war. I don't know. I don't know if this is the beginning. I don't know what's happening. But I'll be here bringing it to you live. Just make sure to subscribe and like my channel. Until then, peace.